AMC almost had the catalyst run with GME, but it appears as though it had a catalyst of its own regarding the over $300 million in revenue from the Inside Out 2 and Bad Boys release. Let's pop open the charts for a true edge over price action in the following sessions. Welcome back to the channel on this Moody Monday. This is ARCa, and let's go to the movies. Let's kill 'em, team. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and take a look at AMC here on the hourly chart, and I want to just go ahead and show you this because these are the targets that we were observing as price action came to the downside today, as we were already able to determine that the trend would shift towards the downside. As you can see here, we nailed both the targets that we were looking for right before we experienced a bounce to the upside, which was very good. And yes, a very curious pump to the upside here, right, as we did get it's actually based on the ARC Bulls trading team, right? Somebody mentioned in there that there was an over $300 million revenue bringing in from the Inside Out 2 and then leading forward with the Bad Boys new movie, right? So very, very good with that. In fact, it's actually a bit of an outlier here because I believe the Pixar flicks haven't actually been making too much cash as of my latest knowledge, right? But yeah, it's looking pretty good. And I will say that if AMC is moving along like that with flicks, then there could be another one here that could bring in some serious revenue. And that would be the Deadpool and Wolverine flick that's going to be coming up as well. I do expect there to be some revenue changes within that. Positive revenue changes, right? So let's just go ahead and take a look at the charts here, right? Because this price action here is very reminiscent of a dead cat bounce. Now, it doesn't have to happen the way that I'm saying, but if in case just in case price action does realize a dead cat bounce here, that would mean that we get this sharp incline, right? Then we get the tapering off. And that is all paired with declining volume as we increase to the upside. So you did get a bit of that. Inversion there, or the divergence, right? So just in case, I'm just going to go ahead and point it out like this: that just in case we get price action towards the downside, let's just go ahead and take note of how to do that, right? So mark off the very bottom area here of your dead cat. And then take a trend line from the top end of your dead cat all the way to the bottom area that we just measured, right? So that way you can take that trend line and apply it to the underside, which would give you a price objective, right? So something like this here. Let's just go ahead and make sure that we can make these lines absolutely visible for everyone, right? If we don't do, if we can't do that, then we're in big trouble. All right, here we go. Perfect. So this is going to be your price objective. You just take it, right, and apply it to the bottom side of the dead cat. And you're being told here that a target of $4.55 could be in line. Now, if you just draw a trend line here across that bottom side, then you'll see that we absolutely have massive confluence within that bottom side, right? So there is absolutely a lot of price action here that has led towards powerful upsides. For example, down here, this price action here, yes, although you had a little bit of a bounce like this, it is suggesting that from this point you got a secondary bounce, which then led price action from $4.62 essentially all the way up to about $6.88. Okay, so very, very impressive times there. Aside from that, I will say that I think that's about it. But of course, if we zoom out, you're going to notice that there are clear areas of resistance and some areas where we faced some bounces there too. So it is relative. Okay, so perfect. So I'm just going to go ahead and place that target there as a just in case. Okay, remember, team, I'm not saying that we're going there. I am telling you that there's still a probability of doing so, right? And please remember that, yeah, the Monday statistics were leading towards a potential 31.23% deviation, and we could have deviated anywhere down here, right? So we ended up deviating just a bit. We noticed the downside is what I'm trying to say. Okay, team, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next chart here. So if now let's just go ahead and say this. I have you prepared for the downside targets, and I also have you prepared for the upside targets just in case we decide that. I'm going to give you my bias a little bit later. I just want to give you the upsides and the downsides, and then we'll make that educated guess. Okay, so just in case this was the bounce here, right, from the zone that we were speaking of, then your next upside targets, based on I think a complete day, would actually land you right about this zone here, actually more like the upper bound of it, so around $5.26. So that's already giving us about 36 cents in average true range. Your daily ATR is about 70 cents. So you'll get this top side first, validate your support at 515 before continuing to the upside here to eventually find resistance at or around the zone of about $5.45. Okay, so that $5.45 appears to be pretty good. Now, if we have, if we have a fundamental reason for us to continue to the upside, then sure, there could be a reason for that as well. Then we would reach the targets of about 562 to 586 with a focus zone of 574. I'm going to give you a little bit of a different perspective here, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and connect this regression here, and also connect this. What I'm trying to do here is show you that there is a bit of a right angle triangle, right? And this could lead, price action could actually lead towards a continuation to the upside. Oh, actually, I'm sorry, to the downside based on the nature of this formation, right? It is built during an upside, so this would be essentially bearish. Okay, so I want to make sure that we are aware that that is a potential here. And since we did break out here with a clean close, we are able to measure that as one of the take profit zones. Okay, so this is going to be a little dangerous here. Okay, so just in case we are suggesting, or price action is suggesting a continuation to the downside, then we're looking at around a target of 460. We already had kind of that bottom side at around 464 anyway. Now, the absolute largest bottom side would be taken from the very back of the triangle, just like this here. Okay, guys, so you would take this and bring it all the way down, right, to about this zone here, around $4.34. Okay, so I'm not saying that we're going there. Again, team, I'm not saying that we're going there. I'm telling you that this is how the play would be played if it is that we are playing this play. Okay, it is very, very simple. I just want you guys to be aware of the targets and be prepared in case this type of move happens. Okay, you guys, now only because this is a bearish play right now, that does not mean that it can't be played towards the upside either. Okay, so if we did play it to the upside, then these targets would then start making more sense. 545 into the areas of about 586. Okay, team, but for now, it is being played as a bear play. All right, so if we are able to identify maybe a different play out of this, I guess I could do that for you. Let's just speculate here. It's going to be the hourly time frame. And yeah, let's put this on log and I'll show you what I mean. That same formation, right? Except that this time, there could be a bottom regression starting from about this point here. Okay, so this would flip it into more of a bullish formation than anything in reality. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So this would make it a falling wedge. Okay? So if the falling wedge is in play, then we definitely have some upside targets to observe. Okay? So naturally speaking, right, you would get this is the hourly chart. So it takes 1 hour for every candle to complete. Usually this formation or price action tends to break out from this formation when you're approaching the 65 to 75% of the apex, to the apex of the triangle. That's not saying that it can't do it before. I'm just saying that it typically does that. Okay, so if that's the case, then let's just observe here. So sometime maybe around, let's just say 11 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, this thing starts to break out. That would be the target. The center of the triangle would be your secondary target. That would be right about here. So let's take a trend line. Right? And then the very rear end of the triangle, that would be your third price objective. So let's apply them. Since we're saying that we would break out somewhere here, maybe around 8 a.m. or 11 a.m. Eastern, then that would be target number 1. This would be target number 2. And this would be target number 3. Okay, so now let's write them down here, just so that we are aware over how the play can be played. All right, just like this. So these are the 3 price objectives that we can see to the upside if this play were to be playing the bullish play, because this is a bullish formation. Okay, you guys. So, but yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and give you the biases, right, and then you can make your own mind up. But let's read price action here. I want to know. Oh, one more thing. We just got the buy daily close, and it's a massive red candle. I'm trying to give you all the facts, okay? This is the red candle here. So if we take total width, or total height in this case, right, of that massive red candle, yes, we did print a red outside bar, which, you know, suggests downside. But before the downside, there may actually be an upside. So anytime that we close a major time frame candle, there is a potential 50% retrace of the prior bar, this being the bar. So that would take us to a 50%, which would be $5.12. Let's go ahead and take a look at the formations to see if we have anything around 512. So it looks like we're very close to the 512, right about here. Right? So got to be careful in this area. I think that if we have 512, then we have a range to look out for. 512 to 524, and heads up in the very, very, very center here, because that is the resistance at the top area here. Okay, 518. So now that actually pushes me to give you this target as well. Just like this, with a potential in the center. Okay, looking pretty good. Okay, team. So, yeah, I think that if we are able to make that upside here, we're going to have to do some serious combating of shorts as soon as we reach that area there. Okay, because that's going to be tough. That's going to be very, very, very tough. Now, 524 does land at the resistance of this top wick here. So it is, there is some credibility to that target. All right. So now you know the upside and the downside targets. So why don't we just go ahead and observe volatility versus momentum on an hourly time frame, starting from the 30-minute actually. Slightly bullish bias there. Okay, that's a pretty good thrust here on that 15-minute. 10-minute also has a pretty good thrust with expansion. And the 5-minute time frame also has an upside, but it doesn't have the biggest expansion in the world. Okay, so it is up to the 5, the 10-minute, and the 15-minute with their upside thrusts to start influencing the continuation. With this is already getting it in the 30-minute time frame, right? It's already in critical contraction that could expand soon. So those 4 time frames, 5, 10, 15, and 30, are going to be responsible for giving the thrust to the upside to the hourly. So if we get the hourly and bi-hourly with an upside thrust, then yeah, I do think that we can make a move all the way to the 50% retrace of the buy daily at around $5.12, maybe to even $5.24, all the way over there. Okay, guys, I need you to be very careful with the way you price, see price action tomorrow. But yeah, there could be continuation to the upside by the simple fact that we got a closure in red of the buy daily candle. All right, you guys. So please remember, team, that the seats for the ArcMasters course are almost at capacity, or already. I haven't actually made the official count just yet, but I want to see you in class. This is the 5-week beginners mentorship program. Okay, so make sure to get in touch with me, ArcMastersCourse at Gmail, before it's too late. We're looking to start this coming Saturday. All right, team. So yeah, if any questions or concerns, reach out to me. But I very much appreciate you. Also, join the ARCa Bulls trading team with the links below. or join the ARCa Bulls trading team with the link in the description below where you could see a cheaper option. All right, you guys. But thank you so much. Really appreciate you, and we shall speak very soon. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever, 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 ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well a very, very good rest of your night or day. And I will catch you. I promise. I will catch you at the Bell Mañana. Adios.